WanderingWinder here, covering a matchup of Apostolosoruler and Shakalaki. Should be a 6-game match, I think. I see Groom. I like Groom. I see no village, so keep that in mind. We probably want to try to pop Lamp. It's going to be a little bit hard, but we do have Haven and Secret Cave and Groom. Groom gets horses, which helps. So we're looking at 6 cards being Secret Cave, Haven, Copper, Silver, Magic Lamp, and potentially Haunted Woods, potentially Groom, something like that. I think I probably want to open Groom Silver. I could see Groom Cave though. No, I like Groom Silver a lot better, and I'll tell you why. Well, there's a couple reasons. One, I don't like Taxman. I think that's going to be a bit slow and clunky. But I want my grooms to be gaining actions. I wanted to gain a cave and a gain a haven. And the silver makes it more likely for me to be able to hit 5, and I'd really like to get a Haunted Woods. So I like the silver more than the cave. The reason that I might think about cave, and I really don't like cardinal here, but the reason I might like about cave is so cave. What am I trying to say here? Cave, if you get it on turn 3, makes you very likely to be able to hit 5 on turn 4. But I don't think that's a big enough reason for me. Well, you're real happy to see that. So this has worked out splendidly for Apostolosoruler. Oh, this is like the best possible draw, basically. I'm going to play a cardinal here and buy a silver. Exiles the taxman. Yeah, I don't think I want to get that back. I don't really want to. Goes for Haven. I think that's a bit optimistic. So this looks like Shakalaki is replying to soccer is fun, but I assure you that's not the case. Um, okay. If we set lamp aside here, we'll have Haven Lamp, Copper, Cardinal Cave. Yeah, which is why I didn't like the Haven so much. You're not going to get it off this shuffle anyway. At which point it doesn't really matter too much what you're setting aside here. You're buying the silver. Okay. Ooh. Or it would be woods instead of cardinal. You really were hoping to be able to play your woods that turn, but you didn't get that to happen for you. You gotta lose the silver there. You can get it back this turn if you're Shakalaki. And okay, this is a pretty reasonable draw for Apostolosoruler here, I think. Gets another woods. I don't know about that. You're gonna discard here and play your woods and buys another haven. Okay. So Apo needs to draw. Oh, he can't draw silver here, so he's still not going to collide here because he can't draw silver or cardinal. Aha, this is interesting. So you're using the opponent's woods against them, potentially. But I don't think you're really going to be able to pop anyway, so I don't know that I love this play. When I say I don't know that I love this play, what I mean is I know that I don't love that play. I don't like it even. Okay, so this is going to be play Secret Cave. This is Haven Woods Cave, Copper, Lamp. You can play the Groom. This is Lamp Pop for a Shakalaki. Just don't play the second Woods here, but it's well worth getting the Lamp off to not play the Woods. And I need to go for a moment, so I'll be back with more commentary in a minute or two, and they'll keep playing in the meantime. And I'm still back. And he figured it out. Great. And I think this should largely win the game. I'd probably just province already. It's not like you're going to do that much better. I don't love getting the taxman back. Getting a taxman, but it's fine. Secret Cave is good against Woods as well. I'd be discarding here, I'd be playing Woods, and I'd be buying another Secret Cave. It also, I guess, is your arch, increases your arch points. So you have 3 sets of arch points now, but I don't know that that's going to maintain. I play the horse here, I think. Maybe not. Okay, now I play the cave. I discard. I wish for a gold. I leave the other wish in hand. I play Woods. I buy province. And I top deck the wish. Okay, this taxman looks pretty ugly to me. Okay, Shakalaki back down to 2 sets of arch points. We'll see what Apo does here. You'd like to buy province. You'd also, however, like to... Okay, I'm not sure I love not playing... Yeah, no, not playing cave is probably good. Okay, so now... I probably am wishing for Haunted Woods. I'm playing my Haunted Woods, and I'm buying a province. And I'm wondering what these extra terminals are doing in my deck. I'm not actually wondering that, but I like to say it. Groom, at least maybe later, could be like gaining estates for you or something. I don't know. But I think I'd rather leave this wish as a wish than turn it in for something else at the moment because I don't need it right now and it might be useful to me later as something other than what I would take right now. Most likely I think I would take a gold, but it's possible I'll like wish for a duchy or something later. And the Haunted Woods also gets Shakalaki up to 3 sets of Haunted Wood points, or Triumphal Arch points again, with 3 Haunted Woods and 3 Secret Caves. And Apostolosoruler seems pretty helplessly behind. Sure what you're trying to wish for here. Haven seems sketch. Just buying another Haven. So you're angling for arch points? You're gonna have havens and haunted woodses, I suppose. It's gonna be hard for you to buy provinces, though. I think I'd be setting this silver under this haven here. Maybe not. Maybe the taxman. The thing is, what is this cave gonna draw? Oh, okay. We'll discard estate, copper, taxman here, play haunted woods, buy secret cave, top deck the wish. Oh, you're wishing for gold. I don't like that. Yeah, just I'd rather have the wish for this turn because it's going to help me this turn in order to buy a province this turn. And the gold then isn't going to do so much for me. I don't think. Apo certainly needs the province there. Okay, you lead on Secret Cave here. Discard 3 green cards. I don't think you groom for a state yet. But you could think about it. Maybe you do. Doesn't. Okay. Yeah, probably not doing it was the right call. This turn you're almost certainly gonna groom for a state though. Um yeah, you're gonna set this silver aside or the wish aside. You wish for cave. Okay. You discard nothing, you play Haunted Woods, you play Cardinal instead of Haunted Woods. I don't know about that. Obviously the taxman is what you're getting rid of here as Shakalaki. Another Haunted Woods, sure. Definitely groom for a state here. You really want to draw a card. Also the point is not nothing. Basically, if you can get a province before the game is over, I think you'll be fine. But also if you can get duchy this turn and next turn, you're also fine. If you would have bought a cave that turn where you wished for gold and bought a gold, then you could buy a Haunted Woods instead of a duchy at some point. Anyway, you definitely ought to groom for estate here. And then probably you're going to buy a duchy. And then you're going to win the game. Okay, there we go. Draws a province, buys a duchy. I think buying duchy seems good because you should have. Yeah, but the woods didn't give you points. I was gonna say you should have a good chance of buying duchy again on the coming turn. Looks like Apo couldn't province twice anyway, so you're fine. Probably set the province aside here. Play woods by no, set the gold aside. Play woods by cave because that scores as much, and cave is a better card than duchy. And you could have the gold set aside here. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. You're gonna win anyway. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a resignation now. Well, we're not seeing one just yet, but I really don't see how Apostolosoruler can come back. At this point, province and 2 sets of duchy or arch points more than Shakalaki isn't enough, and I don't see how you're planning on outscoring him more than that. Shakalaki or Shakalaki? I don't know how it's pronounced. Okay. Quite a reasonable resign. Okay, so here. Um, there is capitalism storyteller. It doesn't seem to do that much though. There's legionary. Storyteller is the best draw on the board. I I'd be kind of inclined to go mill Fool's Gold. I think Fool's Gold will be good here. And I want to pick up Storyteller, so I want the mill. But I could see going like mill Vassal, especially if you're planning on getting capitalism. I don't know that I am planning on getting capitalism, because I could just play with one terminal. And that seems like entirely fine. Quarry seems quite bad to me. Just like silver is almost as good at hitting 5. You don't have extra buys, so the quarry is just not doing that much. Silver would be better at hitting 8 later and is hardly worse at hitting 5 a lot sooner. Okay, we do have a trading post here, and wow, capitalism pretty early. I'm pretty sure I'd be playing without capitalism here, but it's possible it's good, largely due to vassal. Here I think I would want mill. And I certainly want storytellers quickly. But I could see the trading post. So Apo trading posts here as opposed to playing vassal and buys a vassal. Okay. See if Apo goes for capitalism soon. It would make sense given how many vassals mostly he has, but yeah, storyteller makes sense there. And there's capitalism. I like Apo's spot because of the mills, basically. gold. Looks like you were trying to get your legionary stuff set up. And Shakalaki is right behind. Definitely don't want to discard with the mill there because you have enough to buy whatever you want anyway. And you could hit trading post and you'd like to have the estate in hand for that. Okay. Well, Shakalaki's drawing the deck here. Oh, not even. That's quite poor. We'll see if Apple goes for Storyteller. Yeah. The other option, of course, was Mill, but I think you want a Storyteller. You're going to play the Vassals. Okay. Now you have Mill. Play Vassal now. Now you wanted to play Vassal first so that you had a chance of drawing your gold here. It would have been a 50-50, and it makes sure that you have a treasure at the start of your next turn, but I'm not so concerned about that. Okay, Apple wants to keep the estate here as a potential tiebreak point. That seems okay. No advantage to playing Legionary here, so I don't think I would do it. I don't think there's really a disadvantage either, I guess, so I don't know. Similarly, no advantage either way here. So Apple is really hoping to draw Storyteller with this draw here. Shakalaki whiffs. Gets another gold, and he's whiffing again here. Looking pretty bad for Shakalaki. Storyteller's on bottom here for Appo, I think. This could be another gold. Seems pretty decent to me. And then switch to green. But it could be Mill, could be Storyteller. You might as well play the Vassal first there, but whatever, it's not really going to matter. No real reason to discard there. Not much reason not to either. And I think Appo's just running away with this game now, or Apostolosoruler, however it's pronounced. Vassal, play the Legionary attack. Appo should keep probably Storyteller Vassal. And you don't play the Storyteller with the first Storyteller. I don't think. The extra action just doesn't matter here. Okay, yes, this was the reason to play it in this order. There was the small chance of hitting mill into gold, exactly. Now Shakalaki needs more than both the remaining provinces. So probably buys duchy here. You're not going to play that T-post. Buys another gold. I don't really see that ever paying off enough. This is another province for Apostolosoruler, and this really seals the game. you want to draw a bunch here, I guess, so that all these you can find your legionary again faster. Yeah, you play that. You for sure play that, and you feed it the coppers. Because it doesn't really matter. You play T-post, you trash some coppers. You suicide by buying a province. You know how many turns in a row you're going to have to buy a duchy with Apo doing nothing to come back? You realize how unlikely that is? Okay, you play mill. Okay, you win the game here. Don't play the storyteller. There we go. Well, you both had trading posts, but I think the quarry was pretty bad. But I don't think that was necessarily the difference in the game. There's storeroom tunnel here, and the best draw is mountain village moat. So it's very hard to draw. There's no thinning. Wolf Den is what? Card you have exactly one of. I would seriously think about going traveling fair, putting a storeroom on top here, but I could see buying mine or charm. Are you going to tunnel already? It's the high risk, high reward play. The more even keeled play is to get the second storeroom. Possibly our mountain village, but I think you want to have a couple storerooms before you switch to mountain village. Okay. Looking good so far for Shakalaki. This could be mountain village or storeroom. Ooh. Well, at least they missed together. I certainly want another storeroom here. 2 tunnels before storeroom seems particularly bad to me. But they've both done it. Pitch them all. Okay, so now you want, I think, another storeroom. Goes for another mountain village. Well, that makes sense if you've calculated to know that you have exactly 3 here, which I hadn't done. At which point you would want the mountain village then to get the storeroom now. Okay. I think I want another storeroom if I'm Apo here, but... Well, basically Shakalaki looks incredibly far ahead. I'm not entirely convinced that storeroom tunnel is the thing to do here. It is certainly a consideration, though. pitch 3 cards, you keep the storeroom. You don't pitch anything here, so you play this storeroom. You pitch 3 cards. You pitch the mountain village and you buy a tunnel. And now you buy another mountain village. Although I'm not sure that the tunnel was better than the storeroom. You could also Traveling Fair and put a storeroom on top here. That's probably better, because that way your mountain villagers are more likely to find this storeroom. And, I mean, the storeroom would also be better in this hand. Because you just buy province. You buy province anyway, I suppose. Okay. Let's just take gold here. And you could top deck Mountain Village. You could buy gold, or you could buy tunnel. Top decking Mountain Village, okay. This could be 2 tunnels here. Top decks Mountain Village. Nah. Not loving that. Take gold. You don't want to take all these mountain villages. I mean, you're not triggering a shuffle here, so it doesn't really matter. But it's not really what I want to do. Okay, and now I do this, and I do this, and I do this. And I certainly think I want to top deck a storeroom here. I like for all of my later mountain villages to be able to find storeroom, so I want to have one at the top of my shuffle. I mean, the alternative is like buy a mountain village, buy a tunnel. 2 moats. Maybe that's okay. Okay. Well, Apo gets to province here. Just take a gold. And you could decide to get a moat as well. Decides not to. Okay. Wow. Nice draw there. This is pretty bad for Apo here. You could go for duchy, you could go for tunnel moat, putting the moat on top. You only have 1 more mountain village, so that doesn't seem particularly appealing to me. Tunnel is more points than duchy right now, but if you're doing that, you could Traveling Fair and get Tunnel Estate, which is even more points. Duchy is potentially more points later on, but is later on coming? I think it might be. Now Shakalaki has a decision between tunnel and duchy and goes for duchy. Okay, you want to take the mountain village here. You play the moat next. Or you don't. Probably take a gold here. I think I would have discarded the storeroom as well, but this is okay. This mountain village, you're probably just buying Tunnel Province here. Yeah. And now with Shakalaki, you're going to buy Duchy, and that will give you 6 points. You'll be up by 12. And it's a little hard to contemplate losing from that spot, although it's not quite as dead as some of the other games we may have seen, at least that I've seen today, although I can't remember whether those were in this match or a different one. Yeah. Let me play the moat. Oh, wow. Great draw. And, well, this is basically really it. You could grab moat, but I think I would have grabbed the well anyway. I would have discarded the coppers as well. There's not much reason not to. Good draw. Province estate. And you basically have half the VP. Not quite. Technically, you're 3 short, and then there's Wolf Den or whatever, but effectively, you're not getting caught up. Okay, here. Sea Hag looks good. Mostly Sea Hag looks good. Do I want to pair it with probably Goat Herd? I might advance the Goat Herd. I might plan on advancing either of them, honestly, to get sentries. So weird. I'm very confused at what's going on. I guess he just rethought better of it immediately after making the decision. Maybe he assumed that Appo would get actions as well and be trying to advance them. And that puts him off from going double Goat Herd or something. I still think Sea Hag looks really good here, though. Really good. And good. Quite good. And we'll have some amount of silence for you. Well, I may be getting another call soon. 7 points worth it. I don't know, the game's gonna go very long. Could be worth it. Could be worth it. He discarded the curse from exile. I guess he thinks he's gonna be able to trash it. Maybe that's correct. Maybe he will be able to trash it. Very interesting. Into another sentry. Uh-huh. And buy a sentry? Buy a den. Okay. Apo's deck looks kind of junky. I would want a goat herd. Probably a goat herd if I were him. Trash both of these. Take another den. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's junky, but it's also drawing reasonably. I might discard this ghost town. I might have trashed the ghost town, honestly. Wow, this is really nice for Shakalaki. Probably need some kind of econ here, although that could be an action that you then advance. But I think the silver is probably better. And Apo gets another den here. A gold, okay. Well, I would think Shakalaki's in much better position, except he's about to have a bunch of curses dumped into his deck, which will make him in worse position again. If you do a little bit of counting here, I think Den is going to make your sentries be very potent. So I think if you Den there, then you're drawing 2 extra cards here. Well, maybe that's not the right math then. Because then you would be... Wait, did Apo just purposely not give the curses? Don't you want the curses to be in Shakalaki's deck? He's trashing his sentries. It's not like they're laser beams. I think that's a serious mistake. You want those curses in Shakalaki's deck. The points don't seem as important as the deck quality. The game is still going on quite a while. And again, he avoids. I don't think this is a good decision. And this is probably another gold from Shakalaki. Goes for that instead. And plays the den also seems like a mistake. Or at least plays both den and Ghost Town, because you'd like to be able to play one of them this turn, right? And it didn't do anything for you. Apo buying Duchy is very confusing to me. Well, they're going to start trading provinces. Down goes Sentry. And a Giant for Shakalaki? Goes with Den instead. Okay. Obviously, you're going to play this here. It's a pretty garbage hand. You're not going to buy anything. Shakalaki presumably buys province. Yeah. Apo gets a giant flip in. Trashes a gold. That's very good for Apo. buy an idol here, or I don't know about the giant. Maybe. He will be able to hit 8 this turn and next turn, probably. Yeah, because this gets you to exactly 8, and now if you find your giant, you're basically going to hit 8 again. There's nothing to do but play a giant here, I think. You just need to keep hoping that you trash Shakalaki's good cards. Hitting a province is exactly not what you don't want to hit. It's exactly what you don't want to hit. Okay, this is 4. This is silver, I think, is better than ghost time. Whoa. Okay, estate makes some amount of sense, I suppose. Apo probably goes estate behind again. Apo not having much luck being able to trash these curses, although only has 1 sentry, so it's worth noting. So Apo could have won here, potentially, hypothetically. Might be able to win next turn, potentially, hypothetically, except this is going to be a duchy from Shakalaki. Oh, it doesn't get better. I think I would have discarded that giant. And I think I would have discarded both of them, honestly. Because your giant play is going to get you the money you need. And there's another giant down there. So you don't need either of them. Top deck's the gold, but you actually don't need the gold either. And I think I'd rather trigger this shuffle than not. Shakalaki could decide to not play giant here. Which potentially could allow Apo to win on his turn. But if you do play giant, it's going to be a while before you're likely to hit province again. This is a weird and winding end game. What's good for Apo? Now you surely need to buy duchy. Buys a den. I don't think that's very good. Boom, there goes the sentry. Gotta buy, absolutely have to buy duchy here if you're Apo. Duchy there. Someday Apostolosoruler will be able to trash a curse. It might be way after the game is over, but I don't know about that estate. Maybe it's fine. Another den there from Shakalaki? Really? Decides better of it and goes for duchy? Surely this has got to be a duchy then, right? Well, it's not like you're going to buy a state. Certainly hypothetically possible. His hand could have a giant in it and a silver in it, and that'd be enough money to province. Okay. Doesn't get the duchy anyway. Well, this is game now for Shakalaki. What? This is. Oh, this is only 5. Well, surely you've got a duchy now. This game has gone on very strangely. Well, certainly play giant here. I guess you could not, since you're going to be buying duchy anyway. And that means that the next turn you might have better luck. Okay, it's looking quite good now for these curses. This is a state, and then this. Well, this is province, but duchy would also seal the game effectively. Okay. This could be. Well, 2-5 is going to be nothing doctor overpay. 3-4 could be plan on steward by steward. Double steward, steward port, steward exorcist. Okay. I don't think I'd be playing with exorcist here. It's as good as the other trashing is. It was a really good doctor for Apo. Apo here, I might be getting exorcist. Probably would. My next turn, I've got 3 coppers and a doctor. I'm gonna name copper with the doctor here, and then I can exorcist the estate, and I can exorcist the doctor, and that all feels pretty good to me. Now gets the exorcist. Okay. We were eventually heading for bridge trolls here. Drawing with ports and stewards. And because you're eventually heading for bridge trolls, I guess that makes wisps a little better, but I'm not sure how important that is. Apple gets the silver there. I don't love it. In fact, I don't like it at all. I would have much preferred steward. I think you are going to want a steward to help you draw at points. Do you want a native village over nothing? I think you don't. Apo agrees. I mean, Apostolosoruler is going to be able to get an imp here to help him draw. Shakalaki is much less trashed than I would have expected. Those are both ports down there as well. That means you need money to be able to hit 5. Yeah, how far are you from Leprechaun? Well, they weren't both ports. I can't count. Grand. This is Bridge Troll and Imp. Okay. Now those are both ports, so this is going to be Bridge Troll and take another Imp. And there's no concern about running out of villages like with port because there's so many other stacks of villages around, so this is port and Bridge Troll, I guess, but you drew with Steward here. I think Shakalaki is very far behind because you're not thin enough. Maybe not very far, but behind anyway. Play port, play Imp, play. Yeah, okay. And you need to play all this money so you can get a Bridge Troll, so you're not going to be able to play this Exorcist here, which is really quite fine. Play Bridge Troll. Definitely play this port. He's thinking about trashing the port maybe, but I'd rather draw another card. I'm reasonably confident what I want to do here is play port, play Steward, trash 2 coppers, buy Bridge Troll, Exorcist, trash a copper. Oh, there wasn't even a copper on top anymore. I can't count. Swell. I still want to do the same play. Yeah. No, 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 no. Well, maybe. You could buy Bridge Troll Steward this way. But I think I'd rather just trash the copper. Do I want native villages? No, I don't think I do. Well, so I don't really think Shakalaki is behind actually then. Silver over Steward, I don't really like. I don't think I like the native village either. Draw. The order of that doesn't make a lot of sense to me though. So this is going to be Bridge Troll, Bridge Troll. And what? Steward? Do you have terminal space for all this? Especially if you're exercising a port? Maybe you do. Yeah, Shakalaki does seem ahead. Pick up. Native village pick up. Okay, so this is Bridge Troll, port, I think. And we each have 5 Bridge Trolls, which is 6 buys, which means the game isn't ending because the lowest pile is at 7. could also take hostelry instead of port, and potentially take a horse with it. You can also buy some other stuff, but just don't buy steward if you buy the port. This could be bridge troll salvager port maybe. Gives you another buy. You're not going that way. Well, this was a big... Oh, no, 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 this isn't a mistake. This is only 6 buys for Shakalaki. And Shakalaki went first, so loses on the tie. Okay, okay. Alright, 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 alright. Didn't trash the copper, which means he's calculated he might want the money. Seems questionable to me. Really surprised at the timing of that steward draw. Seems pretty bad to me. Okay. Like, now you've overdrawn a bit, and I don't think you needed to. You could have had more money here. Anyway, you're gonna play port, bridge troll, and steward for money here. And you have 6 buys, so you need to score. Can you get like 6 duchies? You could get 6 duchies. That seems pretty reasonable to me, I think. Or you could get 2 provinces and 4 duchies. One or the other of those. If you get 6 duchies, then Apo gets 2 duchies, 2 provinces, and an estate and wins. So that's no good. So then you probably want to go like province salvager. Put a silver back. Buy province salvager, hostelry, take horses. That should make you very likely to win. You could even take a couple more hostelries. And a duchy or something. 1 duchy is fine. Yeah, I think you put a silver... You undo this silver play. You have 3 money. You buy province. You buy hostelry, discarding 2 treasures. Getting 2 horses. You buy a salvager. So that's 3 buys you've used. You buy a duchy. That's 4 buys you've used. And I think you can buy 2 more hostelries then. Maybe hostelry steward is better. If you can get away with lowering stewards to 5. Which I think you can, because Apple only has 6 buys. And you have province and duchy. So I think that's the line I like. And then you're very much threatening to... And the whole point of the salvager is just to give you a 7th buy. But you're threatening to empty stewards or duchies. Maybe you don't need to... Okay. So you could go for duchy here, but I'm a little bit scared that you have a chance to dud in that case. Which is be very bad for you. Okay. If you're doing this, you should probably go hostelry steward. But I think I liked getting the horses and stuff more. Possibly you don't need the salvager. Like, yeah. This should be another hostelry. This is many more stewards than I would like. Wait, is it? All the stewards are free and you have 4 buys, so this is almost like guaranteed win. I guess Appa would have to outscore you, but well, we can see that's not going to happen, so this is GG's. Or GG, anyway. There's one more to go. Appo should realize that Shakalaki has a forced win on his duration mat now. And it looks like this is that call back from earlier. So we may miss the final game, but